Hello everybody, it's Erin, and I thought I'd make an interesting video that I hope you'll like. I am in my new room, in my new office, so I don't know how any of this is going to sound or come out, and it's been a while, so please forgive the production quality. I hate editing and I'm bad at it, so anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at my Kerby Rosanes books. I know that he has a new book coming. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, so I thought I would do this now, especially since, you know, the Kerby Rosanes hype, I guess, is pretty high. Please excuse the shine of my ring light. It's honestly the best option I have right now. So I have actually two copies. I'm going to try and do this in release order. If I get one wrong, please forgive me, but I think I did this correctly. So I have two copies of Anamorphia, and the reason for that is at the time when I got this, it was I want to say 2015. And I had been doing a lot of research. I always do a lot of research. And I heard that the best version of Anamorphia at the time was the Italian version because they made sure the double page spreads were lined up. And so I waited and got the Italian version from, I think, Amazon France. I don't remember. Like, it's almost 10 years ago. So I don't really remember. But also at the time I was watching Dee Dee Willingham, and she did a lot of coloring in this book, which is cool and all, but I really didn't like the approach that I ended up doing because of her suggestions. And it's not her fault. She's just like, this is what she does in her book, and it seemed like a good idea. And I was also going on a plane, so I thought that working ahead would be a good idea. And so if you look in my book, there's a lot of, actually my light is flickering. I'm going to try and turn on this one too. We'll see if that helps cut the flickering out. You'll see a lot of working ahead in my book. A lot of it is color washes that just kind of cover the book. Now this is one of my finished pieces. I see this one pinned a lot. I guess people like it. That's great. Thank you for liking it. And I have this thing with doodles where I like to color them the same color or very similar colors for certain things. It helps minimize the craziness. And so yeah, this was done in 2017 in October. But most of the things in this book are not only unfinished, but they are in paint. So it's not really changeable anymore from the way that it is. And like I said, once I started actually coloring on it and actually working on it, I just really do not like the texture of Americana paint. It kind of grosses me out. So you'll see most of the pages in this book are worked on, but you see what I mean about it lining up? Yeah. So that was what I wanted from this version. There's a lot of times where it doesn't line up in the books, and that was frustrating me. So sometimes I have little idea notes on here. I have a file on my computer of, you know, pictures that I would like to take inspiration from, usually real life pictures. But I basically worked on every single page almost. And I'm not really fussed about the wrinkling. That just happens when you use water material on stuff. This I pasted in from another coloring book because he had a lot of pages where it's like, oh, finish this page. I don't draw, okay? Kerby, just finish your own book, you know? You finish the book and I'll color it. That's kind of the deal we have here. So yeah, I was not a fan of the, ooh, just finish your own thing. Now, are there unsalvageable pages in here? Yes. Are they all of them unsalvageable? No. But there were definitely ones where I really can't stand the texture of coloring it, and so I was just like, okay, what do I do? This is another one where I pasted in coloring book picture because, yeah, it was one of those blank ones. He didn't tend to do this much anymore, but yeah, you can see, fill the crocodiles with patterns. I don't want to. I'm probably not gonna do that. So, I like orcas, so I was really happy to see this one. I probably will just color them like real orcas. I have notes in here to make them space though. So some realistic, some space. Maybe the space ones are the ones that I painted black. I'm not really sure. But the notes will help at least give me directions because I haven't worked in this book for quite a while. Oh, it's coming apart too. That's not good. The other thing about this book is it is string bound. I forget the actual name of that, but it is sewn in. You can see this sewing here, which usually tends to keep the pages in better. And I will show you that example in the other version that I got, because I did get another one. Obviously, this book has been out for quite a while. There are some good deals on it, so you get a pretty good save on there. This is only glue bound though. This is by Penguin Plume. I forget, like, I even was sponsored by them at one time, and I think it's just Plume. Anyway, so yeah, the publisher is different, but this is the American version, and it is only glue bound, and the problem with that is the pages come out almost right away. I'm not sure I finished any pages in this one. I know I started one, and yeah, I was really upset because it's already lifting up. So I did start it. I was going to do like a ghostly kind of thing, and I did write down the colors for myself for the greenish stuff. But yeah, I've worked in the other one a lot, and then this is just my blank version because I got really ticked off about the pages coming out. You know what I mean? So that's the first one though. So that's my versions anyway. And for the second one, we have Imagimorphia. This one is also the Italian release. Yes? Yes. It's a different publisher on this side. So this is also the Italian release. And honestly, really like these earlier versions. I think that they are really imaginative. I kind of like them more than what he's been doing recently. Like I said, I'm not sure that I'm going to buy the new one. There's always some gems in every book. But, you know, with how long things take, it's kind of like, oh, you know, which do I take my time on, right? I thought I had colored in this. I did. There's a green flag in here somewhere. I stopped doing the flags all the time. That's why there's another one here. I did this one on stream once. 2019 it says. May 2019. It could be better, but I kind of like the shine. It's kind of cool. You know, I feel like even when the coloring doesn't come out the way that you wanted it to, or maybe the way that you had imagined, I don't get pictures in my head, but I do have ideas for certain things. Even when it doesn't come out that way, there's still a learning process in everything that you color, so I do find that valuable. This was done in 2018 in March, and this one I do like. I see this one pinned a lot as well. This one I do like. It came out very well, and I went with a more realistic style for that. But you see what I mean about the doodles? The doodles themselves, I colored them all the same color, and the animals I colored the way that they're supposed to be colored. And I thought that that would be a good style to continue through the book. I like the amount of doodles versus real stuff in this book. I found this one of the better ones as things have continued on. But we still had complete the feathers. No, probably not. So yeah, that's also the Italian version of Imagimorphia. Next we have Mythomorphia, one of the I want to say undisputed, but I don't think that's true. One of the relatively undisputed best Kerby Rosanes books for many people. This one is the American version. I think I finished the most in this one. I'm not usually a myths and gods and stuff person, so it's kind of weird that I have that book that he published later. But you do see that they started to, it's still glue bound, unfortunately, and you see that they started to push the picture out of the ditch so that it got a little bit easier to work with. I did still do the paint wash in this book, only a little bit, but yeah, this is the exact page where I was just like, no, I'm not dealing with this texture, it's disgusting. So I stopped doing that pre-wash ahead of time. It's just not the medium that I wanted to work in. It's another one of my popular images. Where's the date on it? I don't know the date on this one, unless I wrote it really well or small. But it's also one that didn't do well in photos, but actually is doing pretty good on the video. Like, I did a lot of detail in the shadows of the white, so unfortunately most of the photos it just looked white, and that bugged me. Oh yeah, 5/14/17. There you go. So I started to add more contrast in things as I went along later, but you know, it's nice to look back at your old stuff and see how you change and grow. This one is 4/23/17. Not bad at all. I think this one's mostly Inktense. I can tell by the look of it, honestly. I don't know if I should be like doing flip throughs, because flip throughs exist. It's not really what my channel has been about before. Flip throughs are just kind of out there, so they're easy to find if you need to know what's in the book itself. This one is a more recent one, 2/13/2021. And I remember I was struggling hard during this stream because I was in a lot of pain, and I think it was my shoulder was messed up. I don't really remember completely. Pain just happens to me a lot when you're chronically ill, so. But I do like how this one came out. I like how frosty he looks. Very cool. It's one of the ones I'm happy with. This one I'm less happy with. It took quite a while to do. You can see that it's 4/30/17 and 5/1/17. I think it's because I went back and added stuff to it because I did not like the background. And so I did actually paint out the background and give it some clouds and stuff to cover up what I had put there before. And that one I'm pretty sure is Prismacolor because it bled onto the other page. You can see it. It didn't wreck it, but it's pretty gross. So yeah, that's a lovely trade of Prismacolors. All right, and the next one is a special version of Phantomorphia. This is the Dutch version? Question mark. It was from May. You see there? Norway version. There we go. She wrote it down. For my birthday in 2018. Which is just lovely of her. May Brox over here on YouTube, thank you very much. Go check out her channel. She also does coloring, and she does crochet stuff or knitting. I'm not sure which one right now. Been a little bit since I've checked in with her. But yeah, this is the version from her country, so everything is not in English, but that's fine. And the reason for that was because when Geomorphia and Phantomorphia, or Geomorphia and other one, I forget, released, it came out with different pictures in it, and you'll see this version is also single-sided, which I was very excited about, because that meant I could use my Copic markers and I wouldn't ruin the pages. But you'll also see this is a smaller version. It's 8x8 instead of 10x10. So there's that. But it's still a very special part of my collection because it was a gift. And so there's this page that I did. This was very frustrating because you could tell it was drawn by somebody who doesn't color their work. The lines don't match up. If you're trying to only color just the purple stuff and have the black outlines of everything, the lines don't match up. I had to fake several places where they just didn't work. And it's the kind of thing that a colorist would notice, but somebody drawing would not see. So it happens a lot, honestly. Did I not put a date on this one? It happens a lot, honestly. There are several artists that don't color their work, and they don't need to know that the lines don't join up because they will not interact with them once they're on there. Yeah, I didn't date this one. This is bad. Always date your work, friends. Just as a hint. I have a photo of it I took like after I finished it, so I'll be able to put it on there, but that's one of the things that I have to do. So yeah, that's Copic marker, you can tell. So yeah, this is the special Norway version, which is fun. This is the page I was really excited about. I'm not 100% happy with how the sunset came out, but I am happy with how the skull came out. That came out cool. And I was happy with the shading and everything that I did. I really like this picture. I colored the house to look like the house from Up, the Disney movie. And do we have a date on this one either? No. No, we don't. But I'm going to say it was mid-2018 because that's when I got this book. So this one I had a blast with. This was 8/14/2018. I had a blast with this one, especially all the little sparkles. Look at that. Did not show on the picture, but on camera you get that nice shine from the gel pens on all those little dots. I've colored so many like squids and krakens and whatnot. It's kind of insane. But this is a great book. I won't say it's like my favorite. I do like the fact that it's both versions because yeah, America Printing got different pages and it was double-sided. So that's a special version of Phantomorphia. And here's Geomorphia, the American Printing. And I'm not sure that I colored much in it. I really want to go backwards and just do it that way, but I'm not going to. I can't remember if this was a gift too. Yeah, gifted by my friend Monica. There you go. I try to write in the books who and when. Just so that I remember. I find it is more respectful if you know where the book came from. And I also have in my spreadsheet where these things came from just to make sure that anything that is gifted to me doesn't just fall into the pile of, oh yeah, I got this book from somewhere. Because I kind of think that's rude, you know. It's like, oh, it was gifted, I don't even know who. Like, it's a little rude to me. So I try and make sure that there's something to trigger my memory. But yeah, this is a later printing, I think, and it also ended up single-sided, so that's good. I don't remember all the lore, I'm just going to be honest. It's been a good while since I've been involved in the community at large. This one was done on stream, I'm pretty sure, in 2/11/2020, so it's a day after my anniversary. That would have been the 19-year anniversary, I believe. Oh, never mind, we were married in 2003, so a little bit longer than that. So yeah, it's not bad. I don't know if I love it, but I don't hate it. There was a lot of good work in there. There's a lot of good coloring technique. If we want to be, like, you know, it's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. So yeah, you get repeats of some of the other book, but not all of them. And it's a lot thinner. But the pages are thicker, so there's that. And then we have two versions of Worlds Within Worlds, and the reason that I have two is one of them was gifted by a friend of mine. I call her Dorothy, that is her screen name, and she's from England. And this one was gifted by the publisher, Plume Books. Thank you so much for sending that to me. Not sponsored for a review or anything. It was just sending me the book and to color in it and, you know, to promote buying it, I guess. So no, I didn't get any money. I just got the book and it was just, here you go. So yeah, that was, I think this only happened to me like twice. So yeah, this one was very special. And of course this one was special because it was gifted, and you can tell gifted books because they have this little color. See, the gifted books. They always have a washi tape. I'm going to try and use just this washi tape. I have it set aside so I don't accidentally use it anywhere else. But yeah, so this is the gifted one from her. And so this is the English printing, which came out earlier. There you go. So yeah, this is the UK version, I guess. Yeah, this was published by a different publisher. And I did stop using the flags, I think because I lost them, but this one's also sewn bound. So there's that. Like I said, like the sewn binding is just better in general. And I know that I've colored in this one. Yeah, this one I had fun with. This one I did a lot of it in the car. This is with Tombow markers. I did a lot of this one in the car and the details on it. This was 2/27/2020. And we were moving out of our house into our apartment in San Diego. Yeah, very turbulent times. And of course, with the publisher contacted me and they're just like, hey, so we sent you a book. And I'm like, cool, cool, cool. And they're like, yeah, we sent it already. It's already there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't move in yet. We didn't move until Leap Day, and the book was just sat there. And I'm so glad that it stayed. We had pretty good luck there. Good luck, but it was not always permanent luck. There were several times where I was knocking on doors going, hey, y'all see my package? They did not. But this book, I think, is one of the highlights for me. Mythomorphia is a great book, but I think this one really pushed it over the edge of becoming my favorite. It helps that I have two of them because I get to color different pictures. But yeah, very much liked this book. I think that is the only image that I colored in this one, though. Oh, nope, there you go. This one I also did mostly in the car. I'm not super happy with this one, and I think it's because I was trying to do the glow on the backlit kind of thing, and I'm not sure I pulled it off, honestly. This one was 2/26/2020, so I finished it the day before the previous one. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was trying to do the glow on the mountains. I think it just came out a little bit too dark. Either that or I don't like the pattern on the shoe. I'm not sure. There's just something about it don't like as much as I could. But, you know, I got another shot at it, so that's cool. But yeah, this is definitely one of those books that I really enjoy. And yeah, it's kind of hard to pick what would be my favorite, you know. So then for the publisher copy, of course, I made sure to color in this as directed, but also just because I had two copies. So it is the same thing, except for it is only glue bound. So there's that, in case that's a thing you care about. Yeah, the American publisher, that's all it is. So the pages can come out a lot easier without the sewing in there. I'm trying to get to the pictures I colored. There we go. So this one I really like the background. I'm not so sure I like the fur on the sloth, but I really like how the background came out. This was really fun to color. And this was 4/6/2020. So there you go. Excuse me, I got a cough. I don't have my mute thing anymore. And I'm not working on OBS, so it is what it is. I'm sorry. So yeah, I really like how the background came out. I could do with some more stars, maybe. That might be cool. Not sure. You know, it's one of those ones where it's a struggle between, oh, should I go back and change stuff, or should I just leave it as it is? This is another one I did not like how this came out. This was the time when I was experimenting with painted backgrounds, and I don't like how it came out. It's fine. I really like the spaceman. The suit worked really well, but I don't like how the inside part is. This was 1/14/21, and yeah, I think that is the year where I was doing a lot of painted backgrounds and not coloring on them because, like I said, I hate that texture, but just painting them. And then this one is, I feel like I picked the wrong colors for the snake, and I don't know why I did that. So that's why it kind of got abandoned. It kind of just ended up in the realm of, I'm bored with it. Which, you know, fair, right? Like I said, these things take a long time to color. That's kind of what happens. So that's the publisher version. This is the one gifted by my friend. And then next we have is Fragile World, also a really good one. It's the Anamorphia if you don't like doodles. That's basically it. Anamorphia if you don't enjoy doodles. And this one was gifted to me from my friend Britt. And she knows who she is. She has her screen name on there instead. But American version, pretty sure, yeah. So Fragile World is really cool. It's all endangered animals, and you get really cool versions of them. So I was very happy to have this one. Very happy when it came out because there's a lot of cute animals. I love coloring animals in general, and you got some big scenes in there. And yeah, it's without the doodles. So the only little guys in there are the animals themselves. Which I think is an interesting way of doing it, you know? So I may be running out of steam as to what to say. Let's look at where the finished pictures are. There we go. I got this cool rhino. I've seen this one pinned a few times. Never with any credit, you guys. I don't understand what it is up with Pinterest and credit. 3/25/2021. Very cool. I love doing this. I really wanted to go with that Savannah sunset vibe, you know, the Lion King vibe, right? That movie came out on my 10th birthday. Yes, it came out on my 10th birthday. I was very, very, very hyper-focused on that movie. I mean, the autism fully took over, and that movie was my entire life for at least 2 years. I made little clay creatures. I made my own, what do you call it? Like my own play sets, because the play sets were really expensive back then. I made my own play sets, everything. I was obsessed. I saw that movie so many times in the theater. And this one is really cool. I did part of this on stream. I guess I never went back and finished it. This is, what is it? Neocolor. It's mostly Neocolor. See, I did do that on stream though, so that's nice. But I think that might have been all I got done. I do try, if I get something gifted, I do try and do a stream, because obviously my friends are from the stream, so I make sure to use the book on the stream. This one, I looked up the animals, but the ones that I looked up didn't have the white collar on them, so none of these have the little white collar. They're supposed to have a little white collar. They're Tasmanian devils. They're supposed to have a little white collar, like right there. I didn't put it. So I could go back with paint and like fix it, but I think it's fine. Yeah, but yeah, the ones I looked up didn't have them, and I was just like, okay, what's up with that? Maybe they're like a different, like, you know, different gender or something? I don't know. Anyway, this was 4/15/2021. I need a sip of drink so you get to look at that a tiny bit longer. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not great with editing, so it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a stream, but not. Alright, so we're into Mythic World. I'm not sure I completed anything in these next two releases. Mythic World, I'm not going to say I hate it, but like I said, I'm not really into the gods, goddesses, and stuff like that. The Greek mythology, none of it has really hit with me in my entire life. I have a friend who's, I don't want to say obsessed, but she's into it. She knows stuff, and I'm just like, happy for you, but I don't, you know, I'll listen to people's special interests and stuff, 100%. I will listen to you, just info dump. I may take in like a quarter of it, but but I'm not going to remember, or, you know, I'm most likely not going to pick up something like this. But it was a Kerby Rosanes book, so I pre-ordered it because I'm that guy, and it's fine. You know, I don't hate it. I don't necessarily want to spend all the time on it. You know what I mean? I've seen some really good colorings of it. I like the deer. Deer can just be a deer for all I know. You know what I mean? But I don't think I got very far. I started a stream. I think it's this one. I started a stream, and I was very ill at the time, so I don't think I actually finished that page. This one's cool. It feels like a Halloween thing because the whale is no longer with us. Big old skeleton. Yeah, I started a stream of this one, and I did some of it. This is Inktense and some pencil. Not quite. But yeah, I never managed to finish it because I was like, so long. So much more water. I think that was it. I just got so over the water. So yeah, will I go back to it? Probably. But I don't have any current plans to do so. Now, the one that I didn't color in completely, but I actually really do like is Alien Worlds, because if we're talking about special interests, one thing you got to know about me is I was raised on sci-fi. I was steeped in sci-fi. I know all of Fireball XL5, or I used to. The original Battlestar, all of Star Trek, the entirety of it, except for like Picard. I haven't seen that yet. I'm getting there. So yeah, I am drenched in sci-fi and all the various really terrible sci-fis that came out in like the early 70s, 60s sci-fi, the original Lost in Space, seeing all of those. Babylon 5 was my jam as a kid. So I'm all for the really creepy aliens and the really cool makeup. And, you know, Star Trek's fine and all, because of course it is, but it doesn't do the really cool aliens like Babylon 5 did. Anyway, so I'm that nerd. I was really happy to see Alien Worlds come from someone like Kerby, because his imagination is wonderful. Like I said, even if I don't color the other books, having his work is just lovely, because I like coloring books because you can look at them. They're already a product, instead of like, you know, you have a lot of stamp sets and they are just a stamp set until you do something with them. Coloring books are a book. You can look at it whether you color it or not. And this one is one of those great ones to look at even without color. There's just some really cool things in here, really imaginative worlds. And I am bad at imagining aliens, because I always get really pedantic about like, how come it has so many legs? Why did it evolve that way? What's this thing for? And then I get kind of stuck on, oh, well, what should it be like? I am very too grounded in realism, and, you know, I've said this for many years. I have a problem with doing different colors that don't go with whatever the thing is. And so seeing things that don't have a color at all because it's a complete alien is just like, well, where do I get my examples? Like, this looks like a flea. Do I color it like a flea? I don't know. And then I get freaked out. So, you know, it's very cool to look at, but there's a lot of times where I go to color it and I get a little paralyzed as to what I'm supposed to be doing without examples. I am very much the kind of person that has like 7 or 8 reference photos up while I'm coloring anything. And that's why animals are a lot easier. It was always a special interest of mine. I had basically every zoo book ever made, if you know that magazine. My parents were kind enough to get me a subscription to that. I read those all the time. Again, I have autism. I have ADHD. It is very common to be into animals to begin with. But yeah, that's another hallmark of just an extreme obsession with animals. So I was very into that, but being into space is a little different because you're dealing with someone else's imagination while also trying to put in your imagination. And I think that's where I got a bit paralyzed as far as coloring this book. I don't even think I started. Oh, no, I did start. Look at that. I tried with different colors. Go me. Yeah. This book also came in during like my really bad burnout, and I haven't really gotten out of it yet. So I haven't really finished much. This one's really cool. That one, very cool. Excuse me, my throat is so dry. I'll get my water and bring it over here. I've also lost my ability to talk for long amounts of times, and it's been 30 minutes. So this one's really cool too. I should color that. Look, see, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And the Northern Lights, I've actually seen the Northern Lights in real life now many times. Very cool, very cool. So I know how to color it. I don't know how to color it from space, but shush. So yeah, I really enjoy this book. I think this is one of those ones, as well as the Fragile World with all the animals. I think this is one of those ones that's in my top tier because of the imagination added to it. But yeah, like even the colors blending into each other like that in the cover, I just don't work that way. And I wish I did. Like, you know, you wish your imagination could do certain things that other people's is just, that's how it is. That's, you know, that's how my brain goes. It's like, oh, I wish I could do that. And then I sit down and I cannot. Absolutely can't do it. So the last 2 that I have are sideways. the last two that I have are sideways. These are compilation books. They were also gifted. This was gifted to me by my friend Rose, and I'm not sure where who it says. Hang on. Sometimes there's real names, and I really have to look. I might have it written down somewhere else. Anyway, it was gifted to me. And since these are duplicates, yeah, I need to write it down in the book. It's on my spreadsheet. So like I said, I really do make sure to remember. Oh, no, you know what? I think this one came from the publisher. That's what it is. That's why it's not written in there. This one's from the publisher too. That's what it is. See? I remembered. So yeah, again, not sponsored. It was given to me by the publisher to do a stream with and to color in and, you know, to just show on my social media. That's what I did. I did not receive any money and I was not told to use it in any certain way. Just a disclaimer. This one was gifted to me by my friend Rose. And in case I have her real name in here, I'm just not gonna... We're gonna skip. These are compilation books, so they have pictures from people that have colored it before. And then they have a coloring section. And the interesting thing about these is they are a mix of different books. So I love dinosaurs. So the dinosaur needs to get colored like soon. But this is the one that I did. I see this one pinned a ton. And this one is 4/5/2020 is when I did that. I did a stream on it, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, anybody that gifts me something for the stream or for the content obviously gets the content, because that's how this content creator thing works. And I used gel pens on this one, but not shiny ones. If you look, it's not shiny, but you can see the gel pen, especially in the clouds. That was the vibe I was going for that year. I don't know why. Could not tell you. But I do like how it came out. I'm not so sure about the orange sunrise, but you know, it is what it is. Like, you try things, and like I said, there's sometimes where it's like, hey, maybe don't do that again. And there's sometimes where it's like, do that all the time. So, yeah, it's just a mix of, I think it's anamorphia and imagomorphia and geomorphia, apparently. Because that's where... that was the other thing this book included, is it included the full picture instead of the cut-off picture. So that was nice of them. They could have just done that in the original book, but, you know, at least they did it eventually. There are ones where I'm not going to... If I've colored it already, I'm not going to color it again. Like, I already did this. You could be like, oh, well, that's an opportunity to do it a different way. And I agree with you 100%. But again, these things take so much time. We're talking like 30 hours per picture. Okay, like I've never actually timed myself, and I have hyperfocus, so it seems like it doesn't take very long to do certain things, because my brain just goes like, okay, it's been 3 minutes, and where it's actually been 4 hours. But still, these things take a long time. So to recolor something versus coloring something new, you know, the decision is a little bit different. And then, yeah, this one was from the publisher, I remember, so thank you for that, Plume Books. And yeah, this is the American version, because this was theirs. And you see it comes with these printed pictures in there. And where's the page that I colored? I'm pretty sure it's the elephants. Oh, I started that one, yeah. When we went through it originally, I was just like, I could have sworn that I started this already. I did. And I took the opportunity to use Copic markers so you can see it bleed through, but that's fine because I have the image somewhere else in a different book, right? Oh, and I did this one too. Okay, so this was me. Like, I remember I said earlier, I don't usually color in colors that aren't the thing. And to be fair, this is why. I really like how the giraffes came out. I hate the clouds. Hate them. Don't know why. Just don't like it. I like how I did them. Again, this was during the time where I was painting everything. This was 11/12/21. I was painting things, so that worked out. Cloud technique, good. Colors, bad. I don't know what I was thinking, but I may have been crazy that day. I love how the rainbow came out, though. Very cool. So, you know, that's the kind of thing I would like to do more in the future. The clouds, not so much. Don't do that again, Erin. No. So, you know, learning is good. Learning techniques is good. And the last one will be the elephant. No? Where's the elephant? I swore I did. Did we already see it? And I'm just like crazy because this one's really good. I like it. I like everything about how this came out. This is a stamp from Sweet November Stamps, just so you know, because I can't draw. I'm trying not to cough. I'm gonna have like a coughing fit, so I'm trying to drink my water. I apologize. I really like how this one came out. This one is 3/10/2022. So it's my other anniversary of being with my husband. It's February 10th and March 10th are my anniversaries. So yeah, this was 3 years ago. Yeah. And yeah, love how this came out. I got to use Copic markers on the whole thing. That's another reason why things come out more favorable, is because that's my medium. It just really is. It's my thing, and I stick with my thing in general. And so yeah, you can see it's a mess on the background because of the marker. If I had done a stream on this one, I don't think that I did. They probably would have got a better ROI for sending me a book, but you know, it is what it is. I could have sworn that I did the elephant, and I have not seen it. I mean, that's weird, right? It's weird that I can't find something that I colored myself, but I don't know which page or which book it's in. Let's go back, then back. It's not in Fragile World. Might be in Worlds Within Worlds. I forget which one it is. Thought it was near the back too. Or did we already see it and I just blanked it completely because it's been 40 minutes of me talking at you guys. I am so sorry if you're bored. I am so sorry if you're bored of me just yammering away. I would not be surprised. But I want to thank everybody for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this look through Kerby Rosanes' current books. He's going to have a new book. I think if you're in the UK, it's already out. I've seen some pictures. It's called Dark Fantasy. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. So if I don't get it, then you'd have to see it somewhere else anyway. Oh, there it is. See? I think we did see it. I think we did see it, so it's fine. I did show it. We're good. I just completely blanked. I'm like, I spent a lot of time on that, like a lot of time. So we did see it, so it's fine. But yeah, it appears in the compilation books again because it is one of those popular things. So that was Geomorphia. We got the Special Phantomorphia. Mythomorphia, the Slightly Disputed King. Imagomorphia. And then back with the semi-original, because there was a doodle book before, Anamorphia, which is exceptionally popular. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you my rambling was okay. I'm not going to edit this, so I apologize. If you did finish this, please put a banana in the comments so I know that you are a real one, a super MVP. And no matter if you made it to the end or not, you are valuable and you are important, and I appreciate you. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.